Hey everyone, thanks for joining today's post run yoga class. You don't have to do this class post run. Maybe you just need a nice stretch in your hips, your legs, and your front of your body. Maybe you have tired legs and just want to get a nice stretch. So let's go ahead and get into a nice, comfortable seat, whatever that looks like in your body. Resting your hands maybe on your knees or the mat. Gently closing our eyes or lowering our gaze. We're just going to take a moment to settle into the practice. Start to cool down if we just finished a run, as I just did. Bring our heart rate down. Taking some deep inhales through the nose. And releasing everything out through the nose or the mouth. Starting to notice any areas in our body that are tense or tight, or we might want an extra stretch today. Relaxing our body all the way from the top of our head, our scalp, all the way to our toes. Just slowly releasing our muscles, any areas of tightness with each breath. And maybe on the next inhale, gently opening your eyes and setting up for our first pose in Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Placing the soles of our feet together, maybe grasping our toes or ankles. You can scoot your legs further out or bring them closer in, whatever feels right for you today. And just keeping a nice flat back. You might have to adjust a little bit with your sits bones. And just fanning your legs out to the sides, having your knees point towards the short ends of the mat. And then just staying proud through your chest, rolling the shoulders back and down. Long spine, reaching through the crown of your head. Just relaxing into the pose, breathing into any tightness in your hips. And then grasping your knees and bringing them together. And we'll go ahead and come to our hands and knees. Tuck our toes and send our hips up high for our first downward facing dog. Sending our head through our arms, pressing into one heel and then the other, walking out our dog. You can bend deeply into the opposite knee, wagging our tail back and forth, pressing our chest back towards our thighs. Gaze can be at our toes. Dropping our shoulders away from our ears. And just continuing to walk it out, taking any movement you might need. Pressing into all 10 pads of your fingers. Rolling out to plank. Staying here for a moment. And then sending our hips back up for our downward facing dog. Roll it out to plank. And then send it back. It looks like Sophie's a little bit energetic today. And on our next inhale, let's gently walk towards the top of our mat, landing in a forward fold, letting our head hang heavy, planting our hands on the mat or on our shins, wherever they land, and just feeling the stretch in the back of our body, letting ourself release. Inhale to halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, slowly roll all the way to the top of our mat. Extend our arms upward, gaze up. Exhale, hands to our heart. Inhale, arms raise up, gaze up, slight back bend, open through the front of the body. Stand tall. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus your arms, slight back bend, open through the chest. Send your arms high. Exhale, hands to your heart. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, cactus your arms and just have a nice slight back bend. Send your arms high. Exhale, fold down all the way. And again, we'll hang heavy here. If you'd like, you can take a rag doll, grasping opposite elbows. You could take a yogi toe hold, using your peace fingers to grab your big toes, splaying your elbows out wide. Whatever feels good to let your body release in this pose. We'll be here for another few breaths. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot to the back of the mat, drop your knee, and open your chest forward, low lunge. You may need to adjust your feet a little bit. And we're just gonna send those hips forward, getting a nice stretch. And start to shift your hips back, walk your hands forward, lift your toes, half split. Begin to walk back forward, placing your hands on the inside of your foot, lizard pose. You can begin to let your knees splay out to the side, coming onto the knife edge of your left foot. Or you can keep it planted and lower yourself down with your forearms on the mat. Whatever feels good for you, whatever helps open up that left hip. Maybe you are keeping movement, or perhaps you're just holding one pose. And then start to toe heel your foot over to the right side of the mat, dropping your knee down. We're in pigeon pose. Lift your chest and then settle down into your sleeping pigeon, coming down to your forearms. And if it's accessible, resting your head down on the mat or making a little stacked fist situation for your head to rest on, or stacking your hands and resting them like a pillow, or resting your head on them like a pillow. Continuing to breathe. Take one more deep inhale and start to press yourself up, tucking your back right toes. And we're gonna lift the left knee and send it back to meet the right foot in our downward facing dog. Pedal it out, wag your tail, take any movement you need here. Come to stillness, roll out to plank, and then send your hips high. Roll it out to plank, and then send your hips high for downward facing dog. Pedal out those feet one more time, and then slowly walk towards the top of your mat, meeting in a forward fold. Let your body hang heavy. Bend as deeply into your knees as you need. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Send your arms tall for a tall mountain. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, open your arms, twist right. Inhale overhead. Exhale, twist left. Trying to keep your hips facing forward. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms overhead. Twist right with cactus arms this time. Opening up through the chest, trying to bring the elbows together behind you. Inhale overhead. Exhale, twist left with your cactus arms. Inhale overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Let your body hang heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot to the back of the mat, drop your knees, low lunge, open up through the chest, send your hips forward. Begin to walk your hands back, raising your toes off the mat, half split. Begin to walk your hands forward, bringing both hands to the inside of your right foot. Begin to open up the right hip, maybe coming to the knife edge of your right foot. You could also press your knee away from you. Or if it feels good for you, you can come all the way down on your forearms. Whatever feels right for your body. Begin to toe heel that right foot over the left side of the mat. We're moving into pigeon. Set the right knee down. Open up to the chest, a little back bend here, and then fold down into your sleeping pigeon. Resting on your forearms. And then maybe if you did so on the other side, resting your head all the way down to the mat. Perhaps if you were on your right side of your face, you switch to the left and vice versa. Or perhaps you're stacking your fists and resting your forehead. Few more rounds of breath. On your next inhale, press yourself back up. Drop to your right hip and then twist to the long side of your mat, coming into a 90-90. So both or your right knee should be pointing to the short end of your mat, and then your left knee will be pointing towards the long end of your mat. All right. Now we're going to lean back onto our hands with our fingers pointed forward, and we're going to switch so that we're in the opposite 90-90. And then we're going to switch. And then just kind of flow that. Another option, if you have the space, is you can just rotate. You might come off your mat a little bit. So whichever feels right for you. I'm kind of surrounded by grass and whatnot. So I'm just going to go ahead and support myself and switch my legs like this. But again, you can just rock back and forth, whatever feels right for you in your space. Just stretching the hips here. Take one more each side. And then we'll come to the center of our mats with our feet planted. And we'll slowly lower ourselves down, coming to our Supta Baddha Konasana. So it's our reclined butterfly pose. Soles of the feet together, knees out. And try to press your lower back into the mat, so tilting that pelvis. And just breathe. Letting the hips release. Supporting the outsides of your thighs with your hands. Go ahead and bring the knees together and hug them into your chest. Place your hands on your knees and let's go ahead and draw some circles in the sky with our knees going one way and then the other, giving our back a little massage. Drop the soles of your feet to the mat. Plant your hands long by your sides. Press your lower back into the mat and then send your hips high for bridge pose. Pressing your knees towards the front of your mat. Slowly lower all the way down. Press your lower back into the mat. Send your hips high. Grasp your hands underneath your back and open up through the chest, keeping your hips high. Release your hands and begin to lower all the way down. We're going to do that one more time. Press your lower back into the mat. Send your hips high. Grasp your hands together and open up through the chest. Slowly lower all the way down. Send your legs long. And we're in our final pose, Shavasana. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. Come back to our breath. Notice any difference between when we began and now. Not judging it, just noticing. Taking these last few minutes for ourselves and our practice. Being grateful for what our bodies can do, whether we went on a run or we're sore from just living our daily lives. Knowing we can take these moments to stretch and take care of our bodies. And if you're ready, let's go ahead and move our fingers and our toes, our wrists and our ankles. Slide our feet in, windshield wipering our knees back and forth before rolling to one side. Taking one deep inhale, sighing it out, and then pressing ourselves up to a seated position. Rolling our shoulders up and back. Inhaling arms overhead one last time. Exhaling hands to heart. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.